Normally, in terms of full disclosure, when a guest comes on, there are no prerequisites, okay? So a politician goes, "Oh, don't ask me that," and I never agree to that.
Oh no!
And I've since agreed with our next guest. There's only one other guest that I have agreed to the stipulation, but I acknowledged it up front. And so Frank Viverito from the St. Louis Sports Commission joins us. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, McGraw.
And you've put a stipulation on this interview.
Yes, I did. I asked you not to ask me any questions at all about The Bachelor.
About The Bachelor. So I have agreed.
Thank you.
This interview I am under an agreement, which I will not be allowed to ask you about The Bachelor.
You're the best. Thank you.
Fair enough. Do you know the other person who I put the stipulation on?
Who is that?
O.J. Simpson.
Oh my gosh!
Didn't want me to ask about the murderers. So you are in rarefied air.
I'm in bad company.
All right, you are always welcome here, and even if you want to talk about The Bachelor sometimes in the future. But we got another basketball tournament downtown.
We do, and it is the SEC, and it's been a long road for us to get that tournament in town, the renovations of the building, the Mizzou basketball program. But what a privilege to have these teams here, and what a year to have this tournament here when it's so wide open, and every game should be compelling.
And so we had the Mo Valley tournament last week. They got the SEC tournament this year. In terms of impact for the region, let's talk about that money-wise. How good is this for the region?
Sure. I mean, I could throw out a number to you of $20 million, and it'd probably be close.
Right.
But when you talk about just the dollars and cents of it, I don't think it does it justice.
Mm-hmm.
Having that building renovated and bringing an event like this keeps us in the game. It's the kind of thing you want on your resume to go out and get another event with. Every game is on national television. Here you're producing an event that local fans can enjoy. Mr. Holder was correct. There are tickets left. And so, you can come down and watch this in your own backyard. And, it's great to do it for Mizzou as well.
Yeah.
And so, it's a home run to us.
Yeah. You are going to see a lot of good basketball. 6, 7, 8 teams might make it from the SEC tournament.
They're talking about 8 teams and maybe even 9. That there's the Alabama-Texas A&M game is in effect a play-in game for the NCAA tournament.
Right.
So this is the best performance from the SEC in maybe ever.
Yeah. When you go and you talk to the NCAA, when you go and talk to some of these events who bring them here into St. Louis, what are they looking for, and what are you selling?
Well, they're looking for a lot of different things. It usually starts with the facility, okay, and the dates are kind of a given. Then you look at the finances. What's it going to cost? What do you have to pay? How is the revenue split? And then they look at the destination, all the amenities, the hotels, the airport, the restaurants, the downtown, and so you really have to hit on all cylinders, because it can't just be good enough.
Right.
It has to be better than the other place that's bidding.
Seems like St. Louis downtown, the way it's set up, is sort of got a pretty good model for hosting these events.
It's fine. You have to be, though, a little willing to get out and walk. If you walk to the Arch and then you walk to City Museum and you enjoy the restaurants on Washington Avenue, and then you get back to Ballpark Village, the restaurants, the bars, the attractions are as good as any place.
Right.
The challenge we have is kind of the critical mass piece of it. When you go to Indy, everything's right there.
Right.
When you go to Nashville, everything's right there. You go to San Antonio, everything's right there. So in St. Louis, you have to kind of figure it out a little bit more. But, people get on Metrolink and people are willing to walk and explore. And so you're exactly right. St. Louis turns out to be a great host.
Is it a given then, year after year, that you're going to secure SEC?
No, absolutely not. It's
Always
a given.
have to.
It's kind of a given that we're going to, secure the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. That's the one that has come 28 consecutive years. But the SEC is in Nashville 3 consecutive years, and then they pick someplace else. So, it's only sort of once every many years.
Right. So who's our biggest competition?
Our biggest competition is Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville. Memphis?
Memphis to a degree.
Yeah.
But, for events, it could be Indianapolis. It could be Chicago. It could be Detroit. It could be Minneapolis. They're all building new arenas,
Right.
new domes,
Yeah.
renovating facilities.
What about Omaha?
Omaha has, and I know you know Omaha, but
Yeah.
Omaha has really come on strong
Yeah.
in the last 10 years.
Yeah, no, they really have. They have that new arena downtown. That whole, but I mean, that's the. It's one of those things where if we don't keep up, we're going to get left behind.
And we are falling behind places like
Yeah.
Nashville and Indy.
Yeah, and it's not just SEC tournaments; it's concerts, it's events, it's everything.
And that's why
It's
we
that
needed
quality of life.
Scottrade Center
Yeah.
renovated.
All right. So tickets for the SEC tournament. Where do we go?
Ticketmaster.com or the Sports Commission's website, stlsports.org, and there are tickets for every event. We've done well with sales, but it's great to be at this point
Yeah.
and still inviting fans to watch.
All right, good. And all the Mizzou games heard right here on the Big 550 KTRS, and not one question about The Bachelor.
You're the man.
All right,
You're the man.
I have lived up to my word.
You've compromised a little bit, but I really appreciate it.
7:57.